For this next one, we are going to just keep answering. I want you to practice. We're expressing an interval and set notation and then on a number line, right? So again, it's not a difficult one, except now I'm going to give you, look, this is the first time we have two sides. So we have 30, and this is in the middle. So this is greater than or equal to 30, and it's less than or equal to 46. I'm using the word and, right? Because it's between both of them. This is an and scenario. So this here, this is end. Okay, so this example is end. I didn't write it on top here because I'm going to write something above it. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to do. There's two different ways to answer this. You can do it the simple way, which is I keep this in the middle, and whatever I do here, I keep putting to the two sides. That only works with the simple case when there's two numbers on each side. Fortunately, I'm going to give you x's on both sides, and it's not going to work anymore. So let's practice the way where it works, even if I give you x's on all of them. Okay, so I know there's a simpler way to do it when there's just two numbers, but when there's x's on these other sides, it won't work. So I'm going to show you the way that it works for all of the kind of end inequalities where it's between. Okay, so I'm going to show you the way it works for all. I know there's a faster way to do the simple type, but they're not all going to be simple. Okay, so take this one. What I'm going to ask you to do is break it up into an end statement. So take the left side with the middle, and we're going to go 30 is less than or equal. I'm going to distribute in one step, so I can save a step, and I'm going to go 6x plus 12 minus 2x minus 2. Is that okay? So I distribute, sorry, I'm off the page. I distributed as I brought it over here, just to save me a step. Okay? And I want to grab, okay, so that's this one. I'm going to write the word, the very, 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 very important word. I'm trying to decide on the color, and. And, because I'm breaking it to two statements. So the together statement can be broken into two if I put the word and here. So we have to, people forget because you get used to doing your homework, I do want to see the word and. Okay, because mathematically you took one statement, you're breaking it into two statements. So I need to see that. And then you took this one, so this will be 6x plus 12, distribute, minus 2x minus 2. Yes, it's the same thing. And then take this. Does that make sense? The middle to the right. Okay, so one more time. I took the 30 with the middle part. I expanded that. I took the middle part with the right part and made two separate statements. So left and then the right statement and put the word and in between. And I need to see the word and. Okay, so you're breaking up an inequality. All right, then we solve, right? So just go ahead and solve. So I'll go 30. I'm going to finish this just so you can see. So this will be 4x. I just want you to be able to see what happens. So I'm purposely finishing that. Okay, and this in here, so this will be 4x, still 4x, and then the 10, right, because they're the same middle statement. And then you could have done this faster. I just want to show you, just because later on I'll show you what the graph looks like down here, right? So I did that on purpose. You can go ahead and solve faster. So here, this will be 20 is less than 4x, and this will be divide both sides by 4, so 5. Okay, here I've got 4x is less than or equal to 36, so x is less than or equal to 9. Okay, you can do tick, tick, and just go, yep, same, and just put end. Just so mathematically we've said, yep, it's the same end all the way to my last statement. This is all together. I want you to do a therefore and put it together. So it's either going to be an end statement, you can maybe simplify it. So I always want you to get into the habit of therefore and conclusion. So therefore, here, let's go. If I have greater than or equal to 5 and less than or equal to 9. Again, if you need to do a little bubble and go, you know what, I'm visual. Some people are visual and they go, I like to draw it. You don't have to, but if you're like, you know what, and again, just do it fast. Okay, I don't want you taking a ruler out. No, I want this, fast. Fast, 9, put the 9, solid 5, and I want this to be fast. Okay, so don't do it with a ruler. I was doing it with a ruler just to keep it neat, but let's just do it fast. I want it less than or equal to 9, so just whoosh, okay? I want it greater than or equal to 5 this way. Where are they overlapping? In the middle. Okay, so yes. So again, if you can picture that, that's fine. But if you're visual and you like quick drawing, make it quick. Quick drawing on the side. Don't make a mistake with the alligator opening, right? Less than, greater than, but just do a quick drawing. Some people are just like, I visualize it so much better. So therefore, my answer then. Let's do interval. In interval notation, it would be, right, if it's between 5 and 9, you're going to go, x is going to go solid on the 5, 9 solid. For set notation, it would be x is an element of real, and x is between the 5 and the 9. And if it's a number line, it would be solid 5, solid 9, line in between. That's it. Okay. Graphically, I like this just to show you what happened. So when I have 3, it's actually 3 different functions. It's 3 lines. So this is y is 30. This is y is 46, right? The 2 lines here on the original. The middle one, I simplified to 4x plus 10. I graphed that for us. This is y equals 4x plus 10. And then what my answer says is that it says, when is 4x plus 10 between the 46 and the 30? And that it would be, when is this line between those two here? When is it between those 2 lines? And guess what these numbers are? This number here that intersects would be at 5, right? And here, that would go to 9. So it's between 5 and 9. Again, that's kind of cool. I always find it's like, oh, that's what we're finding. We're finding when this is between the other 2. All right? That's all. So you could picture it. And now we've got a bunch of examples. I spread them out. This used to be a half-page examples, but I spread it out to a page and a half so we could draw our bubbles. Again, some people don't draw these little bubbles, but I'm going to just draw it each time. So if you're more visual, you can draw it with me. If you don't need to, you don't have to. Right? But I left a ton of room. I spread it out way too much, but that's okay. There's some more exercises. So there's an extra page in here where it says try now. So that's the one I was saying, try now, there's an extra page. So it says, see review exercises sheet from class, because I put a try now page. So if you wanted more, after 4.2 examples. Oh, and I made a mistake, I'm so sorry. I copied this twice. So you'll see it's on twice. Example 4A. I killed a tree right there. Okay, I will get rid of that for next year. But there's a try now page with some extra practice questions, and the answers are on the back again. I was bad and I copied it. Okay, so there you go. And then at the end, there's practice questions here at the end as well. So there's more practice. So as you look through, there's a few more extra pages of practice. That's why I said more practice. Okay? All right, so let's do some solving. Again, looks like a lot, but these are actually fast. I just draw bubbles in case you're thinking of drawing a bubble. So this one here, just a regular linear, just practicing one more time. 35 minus 2x, so it'll be negative 2x is greater than or equal. 20 goes over. It'll be negative 15. Not everything's going to be an integer number, so just fractions are fine. So please leave it as fraction form. So this is the only reason I gave you this one, just to remind you that x, and then, yes, we're going to switch the direction, right? So switch that direction, please, watch out. And leave it, please, as 15 over 2. Okay, I know people want to go to decimal. Just leave it like that. Okay? It says solve. If I don't tell you what way to answer, we're going to go therefore. So get used to always doing a therefore, right? That way you'll get in that habit. Then we're going to go x as an element. Now we'll do interval. And it'll be less than or equal, so it'll be negative infinity, and then 15 over 2. And then that would be square. Okay, this next one, it is between, right? So we're going to break it up into 2. You don't have to do color, but 1 whoops, right, 1 here. I went too far. Okay, to here, and then this one is the right to the middle, so you're going to go from here to here. Right, 2 statements, and you're going to put and in between. Okay, so we've got 3x is less than, and you can distribute, so 4x plus 24. And you must write the word and. Do not lose marks for this. Okay, but you're trying to say mathematically why, right? That is and. Why you broke it up into 2 bits. And then grab the other one, and I'm going to go 4x plus 24 is less than or equal to 2x plus 8. Okay, and go ahead and solve. So you can solve it by bringing it over to this side, making it negative x, or you can bring the 3x over in the 24. You'll get the same answer. Make sure that if you do this, it's less than, so it becomes negative 24. Okay, so watch that sign. And then here, 2x is less than or equal. That would be negative 16. Divide both sides by 2, and it's negative 8. And then you can do just therefore. I'll let you use the tick marks. I still have to find out if that tick mark is actually valid or if I'm just a crazy person. Do people do the tick mark? We'll see. We'll look that up. There you go. And, okay, so da-da-da, and just make sure. So my final statement is this. And then we're going to do a therefore. So again, you do not have to do the drawing. I do one for myself just so I can kind of picture what my answer is. Okay? And again, make it fast, right? So I don't want to waste your time, but we're going to go like this, and we're going to say negative 24. I do the 2 numbers first, so I know it's open negative 24, close negative 8, greater than, so to the right, and less than to the left. So that's solid, that's open. And means overlapping, so it will be between the 2. Right? So I'm going to go therefore, and it's going to be between the 2. X is going to be from round on the negative 24 and negative 8, square on the negative 8. Okay, next page. Again, this is a quick example. You ready? Any questions? Good, good. All right, next page. Okay, I'll keep the recording going. So we're going to do this again. Or. So or, okay, it's already set up for us. There's no other way to write an or statement other than with an or. So then we're going to do this one here. So we're going to solve. So we're going to go bring the 4 over. So 3x is less than or equal to 9. X is less than or equal to 3. Or this one here, negative x is less than 5. Divide both sides by negative. X is greater than negative 5. And this is still or, right? So it's an or statement. That's my final statement. Okay. I do a quick, again, if you're visual and you don't need to, if you're not visual, you don't need to do that. You can just think it in your head. I'm going to say negative 5, 3 greater than, right? This is less than, and I want or. So where anything is, where any line is. So what's my therefore going to be? Where's any line? Yep. Yes, exactly. So it's going to be negative infinity to infinity. If I ask you in set notation, that would be x is an element of real, right? X is an element of real, right? For set notation. Okay? Okay, we'll stop there, and then tomorrow we'll do more.